Hi everyone and welcome back to the Overtake GT. This is that Italian bull, the absolute monster, the Lamborghini Veneno. Highly requested by you lovely lot. This is a four-wheel drive powerhouse, over 920 brake horsepower, perfect 50-50 weight balance, and it does a quarter mile in less than 8.6 seconds. This thing is so fast. Agile, nimble, brilliant. I cannot stress it enough. A brilliant car all round. I took it to Spa. You'll see that at the end. And if you like going there, please watch that section because it is critical for you to guarantee a win. And I seriously mean it. You have got to watch to get a win. There's so much information in there that you need to use and follow and learn about this car. It really is great. But for those of you that have this car and you don't know what to do, well, let me help. Get your Veneno, let's go to the tuning shop and let's get this build well and truly underway. So now we're at the tuning shop, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and stop missing out on these great builds. 1,500 people have subscribed. You should be another one as well. Stop missing out. These are absolutely brilliant, aren't you? Look at all of these things that we've got ready to go on this one. Now I'm starting at Ultimate because I don't want any drama for anyone who's level 50 and over. So weight reduction stage 5. Now the annoying thing for me personally is weight reduction stage 5. I actually have that available because I won it on a roulette ticket. I forgot and I ended up paying $500,000 to have weight reduction stage 5 done, but it is critical and it does make a difference, so please make sure you get that first. Titanium connecting rods and pistons are next. Make sure you get those. And what we'll do, we'll go back to sports and we'll start for everyone who isn't level 50 yet. Sports, weight reduction stage 1. Club sport, bore up. Sports suspension, weight reduction stage 2, power restrictor and a ballast. Now some of these will already be on the car, don't forget. Semi-racing, a racing crankshaft and a fully customizable computer. Fully customizable LSD, weight reduction stage 3 and increase the body rigidity. Under racing you want to get engine balance tuning, polished ports, racing brake pads and a racing brake kit, brake balance controller. You can see the ones that we've purchased, a fully customizable suspension, torque vector and center differential, fully customizable racing transmission, weight reduction stage 4. Now I purchased all 3 sets of tyres. Extreme, a set of inters and a set of wets. Again, I went to Spa, so you definitely need those there. I was shocked that a new body for the car is 4.4 million nearly. Absolutely insane. Ultimate, as we've gone through before, weight reduction stage 5 and titanium connecting rods and pistons. Now you can see the oil needs changing on mine and I've just done over 200 miles. Now it is critical that you look after your car because look, a new engine is 1.8 million. Do you want to spend that, or do you want to spend the, couple of hundred credits on doing an oil change? Let's get to GT Auto. We'll jump straight there now. Car maintenance and service. And you can see, look, an oil change, 400 credits. I would rather pay that than need to get a new engine or do an engine overhaul. That is what I'd rather press. Nice, simple, easy. Save yourself a lot of money further down the road. Okay, so now I've looked after the car, let's get you sorted. Okay, we need to go to car customization. And as you can see, look, there is not a lot you can really do. You can change the wheels. I've gone for the Oz Racing wheels, so I'll show you what I've got on there. I've gone for, as you can see, standard size, rim width standard, offset standard, because nothing can change. But you can change the look of the wheels. And down to your personal preference, you pick what you like. There's some that aren't available, but there's lots that are. So, pick what suits you. Racing items, bonnet pin, tow hook, go mad, pick what you like. Under other, light bulb, number plate and caliper colour, again, pick whatever suits you, okay? Livery editor, I made this because, I was on this, my little girl wanted to pick the colours and she wanted some stripes on there and she was pretty happy with it. I said it looks like licorice all sorts, the Bassett ones. She looked at me like I had 10 heads, didn't know what it meant. But for those of you that do, give me a thumbs up. It just shows that I'm not too old. Under load style, you'll find loads that other people have done, so go mad, pick your own. And apart from that, that is your lot from here. So now let's get back to the setting sheet before we head to that Spa help guide, because it's something that you will need to follow if you go there. And trust me, it's a massive help for those that are new to getting into it. Right, let's get back to the garage. And here we go, it's back at the garage and it's time to get this Italian bull tamed and ready for the track. So as you can see, it's under 800 pp by some distance, but don't let that fool you. That's because we're on the racing mediums. When you put the racing softs on, there's a little tweak you need to make, and I will go through that with you now. I've managed to get this down to 50-50 perfect weight balance, and it definitely lets you know that while you're racing around. Now, racing mediums are what you need on this. Body height adjustment is 105 at the front and 160 at the rear. You need that stability on the, on the long straights and things. As soon as you brake and turn into a sharp corner, you need that there. Because you can't adjust the downforce, these are the adjustments that have had to be made. So don't think, oh, it looks silly. Trust me, it's for your benefit in the long run. Anti-roll bar 8 at the front and 10 at the rear. Dampen ratio compression 20 at the front, 40 at the rear. The dampen ratio expansion is 50 at the front, 45 at the rear. Now the natural frequency is 3.60 at the front and 4.10 at the rear. And your negative camber angle is 3 at the front and 3 at the rear. Now a toe angle, I've gone for a toe in of 0.01 at the front and dead center at the rear. The initial torque is 5 at the front and 10 at the rear. Acceleration sensitivity is 20 at the front and 20 at the rear. Braking sensitivity is 10 at the front and 30 at the rear. And I've gone for a 40-60 split front to rear on the torque distribution. As I've said, aero can't be changed, and it is a massive pain when you're trying to get a car dialed in and you can't change that. So a lot of other settings need to be manipulated and adjusted to suit. So that is like why I've just said the body height adjustment, please don't change it and mess around, otherwise you will struggle on certain tracks. This is an all-tracked car and it's great at everyone. Ballast 150 kilograms. Ballast positioning all the way -50, and leave your power restrictor and ECU at 100%. You don't need to mess with those. Now the difference, as we were saying earlier on, put racing softs on and your ballast, reduce the ballast. That is it. Nothing else, reduce the ballast and it will be bang on 800 pp. Okay. Fully customizable racing transmission, 380 kmh, and make these changes. First gear, 3.010. Second gear, 2.324. Third gear, 1.862. Fourth gear, 1.552. Fifth gear, 1.322. Sixth gear, 1.144. And seventh gear, 1.010. That's a final drive to 3.412, revving just under 10,000 RPM. I mean, they're motorbike revs. Absolutely astonishing, but it sounds amazing. Cockpit view, again, another brilliant car. Anyone who's got a VR headset, you won't be disappointed. Now, brake system, you can see brake pads there racing, air cleaner, silencer, exhaust manifold, handbrake, all normal, steering angle kit, normal, and that is your lot. Now, seriously, if you want to get a win at Spa, it's critical you follow this guide. I spent a good fair amount of time going through it, and it's to make sure you've got the best benefit and outcome of getting a win, and it's just so on point to get you a win. Tested it with a couple of other people and they guaranteed a win, so I'm going to guarantee that win to you as well. Let's crack on, let's get into it, and here it is. Here we go, it's time for the Lamborghini Veneno at Spa. That's right, I've come to the 1 hour 800 pp event, the WTC800, and there we go. So fuel map 6, first thing we need to get done on there, and then the second thing is making sure that your weather map or your weather radar is as far out as it can be to make sure we can plan ahead for our strategy when it comes to the weather later on in the race. So that's it now, fuel map 6, we'll leave it where it is. Now a lot of these cars are very feisty on here, the first lap or so making sure we get past them as quickly as we can. And with minimum, well there we go, Kawakami straight to the side of me. And again, with minimum damage, it's probably best. Probably put this on just so we can see if anyone does decide to dive bomb me in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, this is a great race for you to come and bring a car, have lots of fun, get used to an iconic track, especially Eau Rouge, and honestly what a place to come it is. Now, while you're in this car, you just need to bear in mind that I am on the racing mediums, not the racing softs that we've just gone through, and the reason for that is because it's the longevity of the tyre versus the fuel. So if you need to do a quick run, then by all means do it. You're probably going to get 4, maybe 5 laps if you look after your tyres, if you're on the racing softs. If you're on the racing mediums, you're going to get far more because they're just a more durable tyre. Just watching some of these getting out of sorts. Oh, bashed into again. Everyone's fighting. But this thing really is fast. It really is a good car. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you see the end result, really. That's what I'm looking forward to. Because I know what it's capable of. We know who we're up against. We know what we're racing. So it's going to be fun. Come on, Portier. Really slowed us down, man. This thing is just so much quicker than everyone else on the straights. It's fantastic. Right, anything changes and I'll be back to you. But for now, it's all looking good. Okay, so as you can see, I've got 0.9 laps of fuel remaining. So for the half shift on a lap, I've got another lap of fuel there. So I'm going to come in and pit, but look at what's coming over. I'm going to go on the inters, and I know that sounds mad now, but look at what that is coming over. How long it's going to take to pit. You know, it's going to be pretty bad with what's coming over there. So I think inters could be the way to go first, or do a jump on the full wets. You need to have a little think about this because you don't know how bad it's going to be, and you don't want to have to pit twice. I think I'm going to go on the inters. I think that's probably best. I'm going to have to refuel. It takes a fair bit of time. And hopefully that's the right decision, but it's about having that map on and making that choice as and when you need to. I do like that simple livery I've put on this car. And as you can tell, my little girl picked those colours, and that's fine by me. I like it. Not bad at all. Right, let's get out a few raindrops. I'm going to start hitting the track any minute now. It's critical that you get these decisions right. Right, so the problem for me is to make sure I don't burn up these tyres. That's the key thing. And everyone in front needs to pit. So don't be stressing and panicking. Ennis Stroh's a mile behind. I don't know what's happened to him. There's definitely no heat in the tyres. It's starting to get dark. And that's it. We are ready for when that torrential storm comes. This car is so much faster than everyone else. But now what we need to do is we've got to play catch up, so you can see they are going to start, you know, maybe being on par or pulling away slightly, a couple of taps here and there, just as I go off, lack of grip. But as soon as this rain hits, we're ready, we are on the ball, because we couldn't afford to pit and then pit again. You really can't, you can't afford to do that. It's going to be more time added on that you really don't have. So for the sake of doing a lap and getting your tyres a bit warm, it means that as we come round towards the start-finish straight, we're going to be in the best position we can be. Because we'll have inters on. They could potentially go around again without the right tyres on, which is what it looks like most of them could be doing. See if anyone pits. Because if they don't pit, then we're on to a winner, aren't we? Right, there comes that rain. It's definitely dark now. I'll see you at the end of the storm. Okay, so coming into the pits now. Let's turn that down, deafening myself. So what you can see is since we last pitted, I've stayed on these tyres as long as I can, and I did half shift to get those extra laps in. So it's definitely benefited me in the long run now. I'm going back onto racing mediums. I understand the track is still very wet, however it is going to dry up very quick within a lap or two. And for the sake of going slow for maybe a lap, it's going to be more beneficial than it is to pit again. Now, I can't afford to waste any pit stops, and neither can you. You can see they've carried on for another lap, so that's fine. Don't worry about it at all. It's always going to be a bit of bunny hopping at the start, but you can see the advantage we had was 23 seconds coming into the pits. So although they're where they are now, going through Eau Rouge, we're not going to be that far behind. Now, when it came out in the last set of pit stops, we were 4th behind Fraga, but now we're coming out pretty handy and doing well, so not too bad at all. Let's crack on and let's see how this goes. Just after going through the first section, you can see, look at how much drier the track is now. So already we've made a fantastic call. The timing has been absolutely spot on. It's still wet in places, that's why you're getting a little slide there. Stay off the curbs at all costs. It's not worth running on those because they are absolutely sodding, and that'll be it. You'll be straight off and over there into the barriers somewhere. But this thing, honestly, fantastic. You can just see I caught it then, and it just takes you away from the track. You basically have no control once you do that. So definitely try and keep it. I mean, stay as close to it as you can, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't recommend doing that and going on it because it just goes to take you away. And the last thing you need is to have all your hard work undone by a little mistake. Now look, 20 seconds, that's down to that lead now. Oh, my screen's gone off. It's going to come back on, there we go. Worst time and that screen went off for some reason, but here we go. Now if they go round again, that's going to be a big mistake for them, and they're going round again. So here's a critical thing. You can see we're catching the ones who are leading now, which is Cockabun and Heisel. You can see the track is drying up nicely, like I said it would. A couple of laps later, it's, you know, fantastic drying line. But now, if you look on the bottom right of the screen, you will see that the weather is coming back over again. Now these are going to come in and pit and put dry tyres on again. I'm pretty sure of it. But if we just extend our run a little bit more than we can, or as much as we can rather, then what that'll allow us to do then is to be able to get in, get wet tyres on, get out, not waste a pit stop, like I said earlier. And that's it. I mean, that is coming over at a rate of knots. So I think if we just push on as best we can now, I think next time I come around, it's going to be time to get into zone again. Maybe even full wet, depending on how bad it is. But by half shifting and getting a couple of laps more out with the tyres earlier on, we're going to benefit long term. So they're coming in now. I'm pretty sure the AI sticks them on slick tyres. So just watch when they refuel, because then once they've finished, it normally flashes with what they're on. I've gone wide, and that's why you don't want to go off the racing line. Not even by a smidge. That's it. Just have no grip at all. Evasive action then to avoid the curbs on Eau Rouge. I'm not ending up in the barriers. So we're pushing on. Let's see if that changes for them. So I know I can get another lap in if I need to. Is it going to flash and tell us what it is? Hards. It's been on the hard tyres. Heisel's gone. I don't know what Heisel was on, I didn't see. But Cockabun's gone on the hard tyres. I don't think hard tyres are going to be good enough for that, do you? I think we'll be alright for maybe a lap or two in there. But yeah, we're going to have to definitely get in and get changed as well. You can see as soon as you catch that curve, it just wants to pull you out and away. And even though it's drying nicely, it's not looking too great. Using those gears to help me slow down. Just trying to get every tenth I can as an advantage. Alright, let's just check our fuel, where we are. Okay, so I'm going to go around once more, pit. I'll see you then. Okay, into pit. And Inter's back on. Now this thing has been a brilliant car, but a few things I have picked up on. And while you try everything you can to iron them out, there's a few things that you do need to be aware of with this car, which is if you turn in too much, and definitely in the rain, I know what happens with most cars, but with this one, if you turn in too much, it feels like it wants to let go. Only in the rain. It's not gonna, it just feels like it's going to. So just let off the power and it'll straighten itself up, similar to the Pagani Huayra. I think it's just because it's got so much power, that's all it really comes down to. We're just going to hunt them down. But that's the only thing, honestly. So if you get to, say a corner like this, you're hard on the brakes, then you suddenly turn in quite sharp. It feels like it might want to let go. But it won't. If you just let off the power, it's fine. So just, that's the only thing. Everything else is solid. It really is. Solid performer. There's Fraga. Solid performer, solid car. I don't know why Fraga's stayed out, to be honest. I think he's a bit mad. I think get the Inters on, burn them up as much as we can, and then if we have a chance, we can chuck some softs on. Simple as that. Okay, so I'm starting my last lap, and there's a big problem. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a couple of seconds to have a look. You tell me if you can guess what the problem is. You got it? Front tyres absolutely shot. Heisel's come in. I didn't know if he was going to carry on or not, so I've carried on round. So I've now got to do a lap with no front tyres, basically, no grip. That last little bit's going to go from the front left. And it's been a very tense couple of laps with Heisel. He wasn't gaining, but I couldn't work out what his strategy was. I couldn't work out whether he was going to be pitting or not. And I mean, it's not the end of the world. It means I just go a little bit slower on this lap round. But that's it. This is the final lap. And we're that far ahead now anyway. What's it matter? So we just take our time, nice and steady. Happy days. It's not like anyone's going to catch us, is it? And to be honest. As soon as we get that straightaway, any straights, this thing just powers through and that's it, pretty much. Another nice easy win and a car that's, well, really easy to use, as I say, other than when it's torrential heavy rain and you try and make a sharp turn, which is like if you think of it like a rear wheel drive car, say like the Supra. If you were in a Supra coming around here and you suddenly floored it and it goes to get away from you. It's like that, other than let off the power and it'll straighten up. And that's it. That is pretty much it. As good as gold. So we come round. You can see we've got to go a bit slower because the tyres are completely shot. But apart from that, we'll get round now. We'll get the win. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Interesting to see how it'll take this corner now. Start turning in this early. There we go. Timed the fuel to perfection. As I say, those laps doing half shifts, they really make a massive difference. If you found any of this useful, hit that subscribe button. 1,500 subscribers. Fantastic. And look at that. Over the line for another win. And that is it. As simple as that. fantastic car, amazing livery, and a solid performer. Another one again to have in your back pocket. It's a brilliant car. I mean, look, where have we finished? 44 seconds ahead of Heisel, pretty much a lap behind everyone else. Was behind everyone else. So a 2:17.7. It could have gone a bit quicker on that lap. Hit a bit of traffic, unfortunately. But again, it's a quick car. Now, if you take this car to Spa, what's your fastest lap? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, tell everyone about the channel. Let's keep it growing and let's keep it going from strength to strength. And that's it. You have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.